Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a first date makeup tutorial for you. I'm not sure if you actually want to take my advice on a first date makeup tutorial, but if you do, then this is the look that I've come up with. This is the makeup that I would and have worn on a first date. I feel like it's a really nice full beat but not too intense makeup look. You want to look like the best version of yourself. So if you do like this makeup look, then please do keep on watching this tutorial and make sure you check out the description box. All of the links or you can purchase everything will be down below. A lot of the products you can get from Beauty Bay, which you guys know I love so very much. But for now, enjoy the tutorial. So I'm gonna start off with eye makeup first, and that is because if you is going on your first date, girl, you wanna make sure there is no fallout that is gonna ruin the rest of your makeup. You wanna make sure your base is nice and clean. So by doing your base first, that allows you to make whatever mess you wanna make with your eyeshadow first. So I'm gonna start off by taking an eyeshadow base. This is the Revolution Pro one in the shade Core, and I really like this because it's super full coverage, and I'm just gonna pop this all over the eye. This is going to act as a base for our eyeshadows, so it's going to help them last a lot longer. It's also just going to wipe out any kind of discoloration that we've got going on. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam eyeshadow palette. I want to keep things quite matte and quite neutral, so this is literally the most perfect palette. And I'm going to start off by taking the shade Burnt Orange. You just want to make sure you take it back and forth in windscreen wiper motions. And when I want to get a really nice blend, I make sure that I go in small circular motions around the crease, and that just gives it a really nice soft edge. You just want to take a little bit of that just on the outer corner as well, just a touch. This is actually one of my favorite shades from this palette. Burnt Orange is just, it's so good. Next up, I think I want to go in with the shade Sienna, which is this one right here. It's like a orangey brown. It's a really, really beautiful brown tone. And I basically just want to work this onto the outer corner and then also take it through the crease. You just want to be really careful with your placement. Kind of get it onto the outer corner and then wiggle your way through the crease. We just want a really nice slow build up of this color, and we don't want anything too dark and intense. It's definitely a look that will suit everyone. Like, for sure, this is a makeup look for everyone. Okay, so now that color is laid down and I'm loving how this looks so far, we're now going to go in with the shade Cypress Umber. Now this is a really beautiful dark brown shade, and we literally want the tiniest bit of this. So I'm just going to really from the outer corner wiggle that shade on. You just want to work it only in the crease, like right in there. And you can see my brush is wedged in really nice. Okay guys, so next we want to apply some liner, and I've got my NYX Epik Ink Liner. You want to use something that you find really super easy and comfortable to use, and something that you know is gonna last and stay put. I like to start in the middle, work my way out, and then basically do the main line across my lash line, and then I like to do the wing after and join it all up. So liner is on, and we are going to move on to the face now, and I am going to prime my skin. I feel like it is so important to prime your skin before you put your makeup on, especially for a first date or any occasion where you just want your makeup to last and go on a lot nicer. So I've got the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. This I actually discovered when I was shooting with Beauty Bay. I literally had no idea about this primer until I used it there, and I was like, oh my god. I've actually discovered so many products that I love since being an ambassador with Beauty Bay and like shooting with them. This primer is really nice and lightweight, and then I'm going to cover up any kind of scarring, any discoloration, anything like that. This is a step I always do and I always have done, and the product kind of never really changes for this bit. And you guessed it, it's the Kevyn Aucoin Essential Skin Enhancer, and you literally need a tiny pea-sized amount of this. It's so full coverage, it just covers everything up that you need it to, but I only like to use a really tiny amount of this. And then for foundation, I am going to go in with a full coverage foundation. That's just what I like. But when I wear a full coverage foundation, I don't like to wear one that is super heavy on the skin. But for a first date, I would highly recommend not experimenting with something that you haven't used before. I would stick with what you know, stick with a product that you really love and know works for you and your skin. Just a foundation that you feel like you're going to be comfortable wearing. The one that I like to wear is this Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. This has a matte finish to it, but like I said, it's really nice and lightweight on the skin. It's just come out with way more shades. I have actually done a full review on this product before, so I will link it for you now if you want to check that out. You want to apply your foundation however you feel comfortable. So I like to do it with a brush just so that I get maximum coverage. Guys, I want to know what your best and worst dates have been. Please leave them down below in the comment section. Just to break the ice a little bit, I will go first. Maybe one of my best dates, I don't know if I've been on one that like has blown me away. I've only ever been on a date where I've like gone and I've had a really nice time, but it's not like, oh my god, that was like such an amazing date, if that makes sense. But I've definitely had a fair few really bad dates. One of them, we didn't even make it to the restaurant. Like we were walking up to the restaurant and I could see it in the distance and I could see a road on this side, and we're walking. He didn't know where we were going. That's another thing. Like he didn't plan anything, so I had to think on the spot and be like, oh, why don't we go here? Yeah, so I stopped and I was just like, hey, so yeah, there's the restaurant and that's the road I'm gonna go down. He was just like, what? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you serious? I was like, yeah, I am. Like, there is no point. Or I've had a bad date before where like the person was really trying to get up in my space and it was like back off. Every time he found something funny that I'd said, he'd like whack my arm really hard, but I think that was just to get some sort of contact. But it was just like, first of all, don't touch me. Second of all, ouch, that hurts. Oh, and another one. Wow, so the bad dates are like up here and good dates are just like, I don't know. But yeah, another bad date I've had was this guy kept going on about his ex. Oh, my ex is doing this for 20 years. So I was like, cool, why don't you call your ex then? Why am I here? Why am I here? Yeah, so please share your good ones and bad ones in the comment section below. Back to the makeup though. I am going to conceal underneath my eyes now. I want to look fresh, wide awake. You don't know what I've got underneath this concealer. Oh yeah, panda eyes, boy, you don't know yet. So I like to cover it up with a full coverage concealer. I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. So I'm using this in the shade Medium Neutral, and I'm just going to take this under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, at the tip, Cupid's bow, forehead and chin, and then you just want to go ahead and blend this all out. So just before setting that all in place, I am going to cream contour, and I'm going to use my good old Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades right here. That I get that cream contouring isn't for everyone, and if you don't have time, you can just go ahead and powder contour. I personally really like the look of cream contouring along with a powder contour. I'm just going to take whatever's left on this brush and take this up the sides of my nosy, and then I just like to go ahead and blend this all out in small circular motions. I totally get that this step might not be for everyone, especially when it comes to like a date and you don't want it to go wrong, especially if you're not used to doing cream contouring. Right, so everything is blended out and we want to go ahead and set all of the highlighted areas first. I'm going to use the Ofra Cosmetics Translucent Highlighting Luxury Powder. Now it says it's translucent, but it's got a yellow tinge to it. I don't know if you can see, but I quite like that because it just means it's going to be really nice and brightening. This kind of reminds me of Ben Nye Banana Powder, but just so much lighter. It's not as thick or heavy. Just over the nose where we highlighted, and the center of the forehead also. And I'm just going to let that sit on my face for a second while I set the rest of my face makeup. And I'm going to use the new EX1 Pure Crushed Minerals Powder Foundation. Now this is just going to give you a slight extra bit of coverage because it's a powder foundation, but because it's minerals, it's going to be really nice and lightweight on the skin. And then you can go ahead and dust away that excess Ofra powder. We don't want any more sitting on the skin. Oh my god, this Ofra powder definitely highlights and brightens. Right, so now I want to go ahead and bronze and contour and add that structure and a bit of warmth back into the skin. So I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer, and I have this in the shade Rosewood, and you only need a tiny bit of this bronzer because it is so highly pigmented, these bronzers. And this is just going over where we've already contoured, and then I'm also just going to take it along my temples, and then I like to take whatever's left on my brush and just run it down the sides of my nose. Okay, so now for my favorite part, which is highlight. Yes, I've got the Morphe and Bretman Rock palette. You can actually get this on Beauty Bay, which I'm so excited about. Honestly, I thought I missed it and I was like, oh my god, where can I get this from? And obviously Beauty Bay was stocking this palette, so I'm so excited that I'm using this. So I think I want to layer a couple of the shades, and I'm going to start with this shade right here, and it's called Mahu. So I'm just going to take this on the top of the oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my, is this happening? Is this happening? This is happening. This is happening. I feel like all guys know about highlighter now. Guys know that highlighter is so important and it is key. I would just go ham with it, I'm not gonna lie. I love my highlighter, and like I said, again, it's what makes you happy. I'm also just gonna take it in the center of my forehead. This is going everywhere, girl. You literally want to look like you got good, healthy skin. You're happy in life, no stress. Okay, that is gorgeous. I'm then gonna go over that with Vaygation, and I'm just gonna literally just take it right over the top just to make it pop even more. Oh my god, yeah. And then finally from the palette, just to add dimension and also to give that healthy look skin, I'm gonna take the shade Shady Bitch, which is right here, and I'm just gonna use a teeny amount of this. You can see how pigmented these are, and I'm just gonna go over my contoured areas to add that like healthy kind of dimension back into the skin, but it's gonna give you glow. So I'm just gonna finish off the face with some blush, then we'll finish the eyes and do the lips. So for blush, I'm gonna take one of my new favorites, and it's the L'Oreal Life's a Peach blush. It's like a nice natural flush to the cheeks, nothing too intense. It's just to give you like a nice natural flush. Okay, so we just want to finish off the eyes now, and I'm going to go back into my Soft Glam palette, and I'm going to take the shade Sienna just along my lower lash line. That's the one that we applied through the crease. And then I think I'm going to take a bit of that Vaygation shade from the Morphe palette just on the inner corners of the eyes. I feel like highlighting your inner tear duct just makes you look even more like fresh and wide-eyed. So I'm then going to apply some mascara, and I've just got a really mini version of the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I just want to apply this couple coats onto my top and bottom lashes. Okay, so mascara's on, and I do want to put some lashes on. Now, you don't have to. You can totally leave it here and just go with your natural lashes. For me, if it's like a daytime kind of date and it's a little bit more chilled, I probably would not put on falsies, and I would just leave it like this. Maybe I'd layer up with a little bit more mascara, but if it's more a dinner, like an evening thing, I'd probably want to wear some lashes, and I'd want them to be like really light ones and natural. I've got these Eldora lashes right here. All this is going to do is just add a little bit more volume and a little bit more length to my lashes and make them look slightly more fuller. Right, let's move on to the lips, and of course I am going nude. I am a nude lips kind of gal. You can go ahead and wear a bold color if you want to. Red is obviously very hot and sexy. It is fiery, but I personally, as much as I do love red on my skin tone and I love red, I personally feel like a red lipstick on a first date can be a little bit like intimidating and scary. If like red lipstick is your thing and that's what you always wear, and like I said before, if it makes you happy, then do what makes you happy. But I feel like guys, as much as they're like manly, macho and they're actually quite intimidated by red lipstick. And also the reason I probably wouldn't wear red, one of them is an obvious reason, I don't even need to say, girl. And the other reason is that just the reapplication. If you're eating, drinking, and you just get that rim, just go nude. It looks hot. It's like hot in a subtle way. It is sexy in a subtle way. I'm gonna go in with a lip liner first, and this is the Morphe lip pencil in the shade Honeymoon. So I'm just gonna line my lips with this first. Okay, so for lipstick, I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Bakery liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade I Like to Chai Chai. Honestly, these liquid lipsticks by Beauty Bakery, they're not moving. Once they are on, they are staying put. So if you want something long lasting, even if it's a red, I would probably look at Beauty Bakery. You can get Beauty Bakery on Beauty Bay. Okay, so you can totally just leave it right there and keep it nice and matte. But I am loving gloss at the minute, and I probably wouldn't overly do it with the gloss, but because I know that this liquid lipstick is literally bulletproof, this ain't going nowhere, I'm gonna go in with a teeny bit of gloss. This is the NYX Butter Gloss, which you guys know is one of my favorites, and this is in the shade Madeline. And finally guys, you want to set it all in place. Make sure it ain't going nowhere with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So this is the finished makeup look. If I was going on a date, I'm actually not, but if I was going on a date, this is most likely, and this is how I have done my makeup. I would love to know, guys, what would you do differently? What is your go-to first date makeup look? Is there a trick that I'm missing? Obviously, I'm single, so you know, I can't guarantee this could work for you. I hope I've helped you out anyway. I hope I've given you some tips, some insight. The most important thing is that he should like you for you. The makeup is a bonus, obviously. You want to put your best face forward, and you should just go there being yourself. And if yourself is not good enough for that person, he ain't the right one for you. So on to the next date, you know? But yeah, guys, if you like this tutorial and this kind of video, then make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos. And in the meantime, make sure you're following me on Instagram. I post other like makeup tutorials on there, stuff that you won't see on YouTube. But for now, guys, happy dating. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.